Rated M for mature.
With the release of Atomfall, we introduced a new IP to the world that contains big mysteries, brutal combat, and exploration of the Lake District of Northern England. Since then, players have experienced the danger and secrets buried in the quarantine zone. Since release, we expanded Atomfall with 2 story expansions that deepen the lore of the game by having you traverse new areas that were previously thought inaccessible. Now, all of that, along with all the updates to the game, are included in one complete bundle. If you've yet to play Atomfall, then here are the reasons why you need to play Atomfall Complete Edition. Atomfall takes place in an alternative 1962, 5 years after the real-life events of the Windscale disaster. Something mysterious has caused the atom plant to explode. Whatever experiments the scientists were doing there started to contaminate the surrounding area, and thus, it was quarantined off from the rest of the world. You wake up in a strange bunker with no recollection of who you are or why you're there. Your goal is to discover yourself, explore the Lake District of Northern England, and discover what happened while searching for a way to escape. Other people and creatures pose a serious threat to you in Atomfall, so you need to be prepared to take them down. There are multiple ways to approach combat, including using melee to take on these foes. Over the course of your journey, you can find various weapons like cricket bats, axes, sickles, and even a stun stick to fight off anyone who comes close to you. However, they won't go down without a fight. Enemies will push you back and attack quickly to keep you on your toes. To be efficient with melee, utilize your knockback kick to momentarily stun enemies and then follow it up with a smash to the head. Rarely will enemies be alone though, so you will need to use the other weapons at your disposal. Various firearms can be found in the quarantine zone, ranging from revolvers to automatic shotguns to powerful rapid-fire rifles. Ammo may be scarce, but if you're able to plan properly, you can find cover and take enemies out with ruthless efficiency. Sometimes the enemy groups you come across will be too much to handle, especially with robots that can use flamethrowers or machine guns to take you out. What exactly were the scientists working on? And what is the mysterious place called the Interchange? No one has been able to access this place since the disaster occurred 5 years prior. The investigation system in Atomfall allows you to decipher who to trust and which leads to follow. Notes scattered around the quarantine zone can give you some indication of where to look. However, the conversations with the local inhabitants can provide you with the necessary information and even potential ways to escape. The protocol soldiers want to keep everyone in the dark about the truth of their situation. Anyone who steps out of line will be met with force or imprisonment. Villagers are being led astray by the druid cult in Casterfell Woods, who worship the soil that speaks to them. Diving deeper into these mysteries can open your eyes to the buried secrets of the quarantine zone, and only by unlocking them can you work towards finding a means of escape. We at Rebellion love all kinds of Easter eggs and secrets in our games, and Atomfall is no exception. Careful observers can find references to many famous British television shows, like Mr. Bean, The Two Ronnies, Fawlty Towers, and Doctor Who. You can also find references to movies like Goldfinger, The Italian Job, and The Lord of the Rings. We didn't stop there either. You can find references to other Rebellion properties like Judge Dredd, Rogue Trooper, and Sniper Elite. There is a lot for you to discover, so make sure to check everywhere to see what you can find. With Atomfall Complete Edition, you also gain access to the Wicked Isle and the Red Strain story expansions. Wicked Isle adds new locations, new enemies, new weapons, and a new story element that lets you uncover secrets buried for centuries. How does this connect to the main story? And what will you find in your search for answers? Lake bandits reside here and have taken on a more pirate-like persona, using powerful blunderbuss shotguns and cutlass swords. The druids of the old abbey worship the soil more intensely than their mainland counterparts, and have special ritual daggers, hunting bows, and even have the ability to control swarms of bees to take you down. The Red Strain story expansion takes place in the mining region of Staffel Crag. You find yourself searching through an abandoned secret military research site run by Core, a competitor of Bard. Like Wicked Isle, this story expansion adds more locations, new enemies, and new equipment. The scientists here experimented on the blue growth found in the rest of the quarantine zone. This turned the growth red and added some nasty side effects. Complete uncontrollable rage in any who became contaminated. The red strain spread across the entire region when the disaster at Windscale took place, so it was sealed off from the rest of the quarantine zone as the effects would be catastrophic if it were released. Even though no one has stepped into Staffel Crag in the past 5 years, there are still threats to deal with. Contaminated villagers and soldiers roam the town and barracks, ready to eliminate anything that comes their way. Some new core robots can also be found that use a deadly induction launcher that fires highly explosive rounds. Not to worry though, as you can equip yourself to handle these threats. Locating the silenced pistol or suppressed SMG can help you sneak your way around the contaminated enemies and take them out without revealing your position. Once you find a certain skill, you can even pick up the weapons the robots carry and use their devastating power for a short time. Along with these weapons are the new electrocution grenade, capable of overheating roaming robots, and the red mist bomb, which will enrage enemies caught in its cloud, sending them into a fury, attacking even their own allies. There are so many secrets to uncover in this region, and only by unlocking new areas and enlisting the help from an unusual source can you find out what happened here and a potential alternative means of escaping the quarantine zone. In addition to everything else we've mentioned, Atomfall Complete Edition comes with all the updates to the game since launch. This includes the free update that added new elite weapons, updated combat, quality of life improvements, and even a rapid travel network to traverse the different regions. This is the definitive way to experience Atomfall, with all the extra content and updates included in one complete package. Uncover the secrets of the interchange and fight for survival as you search for a means of escape from the quarantine zone. Ready to continue your adventures in the quarantine zone? Gear up with official Atomfall t-shirts, hoodies, mugs, and more, available now at the Rebellion shop. Atomfall The Complete Edition is available now on Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4 consoles. For PC players, Atomfall is available on Steam, the Epic Game Store, Windows PC and the Xbox app for PC.